If projects come with wings, then those of the Center for Integrated Family Services are immense. Since 1995, CIF has embraced people who are capable of maintaining and pioneering therapeutic work with a holistic vision in Ecuador. The center is supported by U.S. donors, by international academic partners, by its committed volunteer directors, and by the work and participation of a team of highly trained professionals. Thanks to therapeutic practices, the Mediation Center for Conflict Resolution, the training of professionals at a master's level, and the development of projects with other institutions, the foundation of CIF has generated processes of change that have transformed the lives of hundreds of Ecuadorians. Its contribution is to extend the view of different difficulties. The traditional focus of psychology has been working with the individual. What CIF does is to focus on the individual in the context of their family and other relationships. Having been created in Ecuador, this space was created for families and individuals to seek help, not necessarily because they have a disease, a change in their mental health, but rather because of frequent difficulties or problems. Perhaps they have couples problems, with children or with teenagers growing up, or the loss of a loved one, or an acute or chronic crisis. Situations can be different. With part of the organization, CIF worked to create change and improvement and has fostered success. CIF goes to the street and reaches out to the people with a systemic view of psychology to weave and integrate its ideas. This work takes into account the individual with their biological, psychological, social, cultural, and spiritual dimensions. An important contribution of this center is the development of networks. We work with other institutions by first beginning with the identification of the person's needs. We do not go in with a set recipe, but must build with them new possibilities. We find ways to promote new activities depending on the situation expressed in the institutions that we are bringing together to resolve the problems.
I got mad. I bit my sisters. We fight a lot, and my mom says we needed help. I fought with my mom, and she cried at night. My problem was my schoolwork and grades.
In teaching, there's a saying that if there's no affective development, then there's no cognitive development. We are grateful for the Center for Integrated Family Services.
My life has improved because I went to the center. There I thought things over, and that is why I am better with my mom.
My behavior has improved, and so have my grades. I don't get angry. I now help my sister make the bed, and she helps me with my homework.
I feel good because I've learned to speak more quietly and not yell. I've learned to treat my brothers well. Lately, I'm getting good grades. The center planted a seed, and this little seed grew. It has helped the lives of many children and many homes.
We believe that the training process they have given us has helped, that it has strengthened us with workshops, that students are developing values. It has allowed us to continue the therapeutic work that the therapists perform in the Center for Integrated Family Services, which is extremely important to us.
Most of the cases I have treated deal with alcohol, drug addiction, or gangs. There are emotional changes from sadness to happiness as they begin to isolate themselves and begin to see in themselves the need to come together. We find that the poor performance and other difficulties that the children have are just the symptoms of what is happening in the families.
I had a special case of a girl who was on drugs. She attended the Center for Integrated Family Services with her parents, even though the parents had separated. The CIF, with treatment, brought together the family and strengthened it and treated the affective part of the girl that she had been lacking.
The resources of the family are a priority. These resources allow changes to be made.
My problem is that I am dyslexic. I cannot distinguish many letters, and the CIF is helping me psychologically. They are helping me write faster, to differentiate my letters, and now I read much better.
We know that our agreement is going to finish at some point. What we really need as an institution is to show growth, and we are strengthened by our own resources so that we may continue helping and supporting young people in Ecuador.
This understanding helps us face the difficulties in an integrated and with a multi-focused perspective.
The people and institutions with which we have worked have resources that can be maximized to help them find their own solutions and possibilities.
The males here have been excluded from regular places, traditional places. They have not been understood for their actions, their behaviors, and they have been desolate, isolated, and disadvantaged. The Alliance has allowed us to give higher priority to human beings in the occupational area. They always pay attention to each person. This is good because they do not leave one alone, but place more emphasis on people, young people, so they can watch, and if they take a wrong turn, they can follow up and help them. Young people come to the workshop to learn in a technical field. We believe that this is not transcendental, but rather what is important is for them to find and have a sense of their own lives. Plus, this program has made my teachers hold strong convictions and fall in love with their jobs. This is an education of horizontal equality. Here the teacher is not the teacher, but rather is the coordinator, a friend of the student.
We at CIF work very closely with the arenas of health, the medical field. CIF has also permitted us to venture into an arena that we do not have for in Ecuador. This arena is to serve the youth with an emphasis on adolescents.
Programs cover all aspects of teens' life. They focus on the psychological, the emotional, and the social element. CIF is committed to dealing with the most painful issues in order to contribute solutions that are effective and humanizing. In working with prosecutors, CIF can assist with tools such as the GISO observation chamber and recreational therapies to capture testimonies from victims of child sexual abuse.
We coordinate with prosecutors and judges of legal hearings by obtaining the statements of children that cannot be taken in court. We provide adequate space for securing the children's or witnesses' versions of the events, so that this can be done without the presence of the accused or the batterer.
This elimination of double victimization is something new that is being implemented in the country. Before, the prosecutors did not take into account the importance of the psychological expert. Now they are taken into account as part of the process.
With therapeutic processes, families can face this situation. What has happened in the past should not control the future. Therapy, as a healing process, brings hope.
The needs are many, and we need our commitment and work on our behalf. Initially, the partnership was with the Salesian Polytechnic University, but now also includes the Latin American Christian University. CIF is a pioneer in training systemic therapists in Ecuador. We train them in the mastery of intervention, counseling, and family therapy. This training involves the nurturing of students by national and international teachers. The training of new professionals guarantees the sustainability of the systemic paradigm in this country and generates a significant multiplier effect.
The training as a family therapist is revolutionary in one's life because one begins looking at life through different eyes.
There is a personal growth because one has to work hard to become a therapist.
The training uncovers the discoveries from inside oneself, and you learn to be of service to others. When I talk to people, one nice thing happens to me all the time. Some people, more than I have ever imagined, tell me that I am an angel to them. It is like God has sent me. This gives me something in my heart. I say that if I am helping people change, then I am causing a good change.
Center for Integrated Family Services, new ways of thinking, feeling, and acting.
We are giving quality of life. It doesn't matter what problems we have, we are able to solve them and be more successful in our studies.
Center for Integrated Family Services, transformation tools for a culture of peace.